Dr. James Naismith was born November 6, 1861, in Almonte, Ontario, Canada. He was born to two Scottish immigrants, Margaret and John Naismith, who arrived in Canada in 1852. He had two siblings, Annie and Robbie. They were orphaned at young ages when their parents died from typhoid fever. He was 9 years old when his parents died, and he had to go live with his uncle, Peter Young. While not being very good at his studies, he was very athletic. His athletic talent was put to use doing hard labor at work. He worked in the farm and woods before and after school. He chopped down trees, sawed logs, and he drove the horses. He also liked to play outdoor games such as hide and seek, duck on a rock, and games he invented himself. In 1883, he graduated from the Almonte High School in Ontario. He went on to attend the McGill University in Montreal and graduated in 1887. There he played Canadian football, lacrosse, rugby, soccer, and other sports. He was also a great gymnast. In 1890, he received a diploma at the Presbyterian Theological College. And in 1891, he got a physical education degree from the YMCA Training School in Springfield, Massachusetts.
On June 20th, 1894, James Naismith married Maud Sherman in Springfield. In 1895, they moved to Denver, Colorado, where Naismith was hired as the physical education director at the local YMCA while attending classes for a medical degree at the Gross Medical School at Colorado University. In 1898, he graduated from medical school and accepted the positions of Associate Professor of Physical Culture and Chapel Director at the University of Kansas. Also in 1898, he founded the university's men's basketball program. Naismith achieved a 55-win, 60-loss coaching record at Kansas before making Forrest Allen, a former student, the head coach of the program in 1907. Ironically, Naismith is the only coach in Kansas history without a winning record. In 1916, Naismith volunteered as a chaplain for the Kansas Army National Guard and served with the 1st Kansas Infantry. In this role, Naismith organized sports leagues, held religious services, and counseled soldiers in need. When the United States entered the First World War in April of 1917, he once again volunteered his services as chaplain, only this time through the YMCA. In September of 1917, he was sent by the YMCA to France as an overseas secretary, tasked with improving the social hygiene of American troops. He spent 19 months in Paris before returning to Kansas in March of 1919. Naismith returned to the University of Kansas, where he became campus physician and director of athletics before retiring in 1937 at the age of 76. Before retirement, in 1935, the National Association of Basketball Coaches, which happened to be created by Forrest Allen, collected money so that Naismith, who was 74 years old at the time, could witness the introduction of basketball into the official Olympic sports program of the 1936 Summer Olympic Games in Berlin. Naismith handed out the medals to 3 North American teams. The U.S. got the gold, Canada got silver, and Mexico got the bronze medal. During the Olympics, he was named the honorary president of the International Basketball Federation. When Naismith returned to Kansas, he commented that seeing the game played by many nations was the greatest compensation he could have ever received for his invention. In 1937, Naismith played a role in the formation of the National Association of Intercollegiate Basketball, which later became the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics.
So, why did Dr. James Naismith create basketball? Dr. Naismith's headmaster felt it was necessary to have an activity to keep students active when outdoor sports were not an option. His original idea was to modify an outdoor sport to be used in an indoor space. He wanted to modify the popular outdoor sports like baseball or football. However, this would require a lot of space to be moved indoors. The school had little indoor space. He finally got his idea while watching a rugby team drill. This gave Dr. Naismith the idea of positioning goals on the wall for a ball to be tossed in. The goals that Dr. Naismith used were old discarded peach baskets. Since the original rules only had players playing 2 15-minute halves, this made for a very slow and drawn-out game. That was not very interesting to watch. The solution he came up with was to cut the bottom out of the peach basket. This allowed the game to be quicker and easier to follow. This provided more entertainment for the school students. In less than 2 weeks and a little over an hour devoted to creating the actual rules, Dr. Naismith created a game that is recognized around the world. This new sport also gave spectators a way to attend the event without having to endure the harsh weather, which was the why he was tasked with creating the game in the first place.
Basketball has evolved to be quite the popular sport since its initial creation in the winter of 1891 by Dr. James Naismith. It's crazy to think that even though Naismith constructed the sport nearly 130 years ago, it is still being played to this day. Basketball is the third most popular sport in the world, with an estimation of 2.2 billion fans. The United States, Canada, China, and the Philippines is where it's not plural, is where the sport is most regionally popular. Canada's popularity for the sport makes a lot of sense because it's where Naismith was born, and he also graduated from Montreal, Quebec. He would also later graduate from college in Massachusetts in 1891, and while there, that's where he invented basketball. TV rights for the bigger leagues of the sport can reach in billions of dollars. It's very expensive. In 2016, the NBA sold the TV rights for $24 billion for 9 years. James never quite got to see just how popular basketball would become. The greatest achievement he would witness for his creation was when he was sponsored by the National Association of Basketball Coaches, or NABC for short, to witness basketball become an Olympic sport. Basketball stars are some of the highest paid athletes in the world. The average salary in the NBA is more than $3 billion. More than 300 million people play basketball worldwide. Basketball players happen to be the most searched for athletes online. Dr. Naismith has certainly made a large impact on the world with the game. People are still playing it today, and, anyone can do it because it's super easy.
Modern basketball consists of several categories I cannot split up in some categories that I find somewhat important due to their spreading of basketball. These categories can be seen as the current rules, the game's current placement in society, the non-formal versions of basketball that bring in others to the sport, and finally, the players. In the NBA, the National Basketball Association, there are still 14 rules, but like a vengeful math teacher, each one has many extra parts. For example, rule number 2 has 8 sections and 63 subsections, beaten by rule number 13 with 3 sections and 123 subsections, which is further beaten by rule number 12 with 2 parts, 17 sections, and 170 subsections. The game's current place in society is as a sport that takes the time frame of the end of October to about the end of April of the next year. It is also among the top sports in the world, right next to golf, football, wrestling, baseball, and many more. In fact, basketball is number 3 sport in the world based on fans. Other than the NBA and everyday basketball, you have many non-basketball, basketball-based games. Some examples include NBA 2K, which is a NBA-inspired video game that releases every year with a couple of changes sometimes, or it's very different. There's the Basketball Fantasy League. You have Horse, or if you want a longer version of it, you have 7 horses, or for shorter, you have Pig. Fives around the world, 21, knockout, half-court basketball, sandball, korfball, ring ball, netball, airball. There's also many basketball movies, including the 2 I watched as a kid, Space Jam and Air Bud. Lastly, there is the players. These guys are the celebrities that many look up to and, on average, make $6.2 million for playing a season basketball, with the highest ever paid person getting around $32 million. Several of the best players get paid to advertise stuff like shoes from Nike, and at one point somebody was actually sponsored by Foot Locker. And the NBA has a Hall of Fame.
Rule 1. Rule 1. The ball may be thrown in any direction.
The ball may be batted in any direction with one or both hands, but never with the fists.
The player cannot run with the ball. You do this.
The ball, I don't remember. The ball,
The ball.
The ball must be held only between the hands.
Rule 5. You may not strike, hit, or trip another player.
Oh my god.
A foul is punching at the ball with a fist. Don't do that.
If the opponent makes 3 consecutive fouls, it shall count as a goal for the opponent.
A goal is made when the ball enters the basket.
Rule 9. When the ball goes out of bounds, it shall be thrown back into the field of play by the first person touching it.
Rule 10. The umpire should notify the referee when 3 consecutive fouls have been made.
Referee makes all calls and keeps the time. Remember that.
Rule 12. 2 15-minute halves and a 5-minute rest in between.
Team making the most goals within the time is compared to winning. Sometimes there's a draw or something. It's like you do. So,
If there's
Then
a
it
tie.
continues until
Logan,
the medal is made.
oh yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Nope.
Five to shoot. Back out LeBron James. Puts up a 3.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Curry, why not for 3? Curry, why not for 3? Curry, why not for 3?
Nope. Nope.
We're just giving it to each other. It's done. Undid that point.
Nope. Nope.